question, B.A. I mean, these bigs bring the size and skill. Who has more tools in their toolkit? I mean, we're about to find out.
Now here's Holmgren. Sohan covering. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Shot clock at 6. Fires from deep. Rebound by San Antonio. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Oklahoma City squad.
Their first try against a familiar club. It should be a good one. And part of what makes Wembanyama so dangerous, a big guy who can push the pace.
Pass to Williams. Now here's Hartenstein. Oh, rejected by Wembanyama. MP outside. There's the 3. Williams grabs the board. And so it's Williams with it. He brings it up for the Thunder. 4-point game. They come into this one following the loss to Atlanta.
I really didn't see much of an edge from them. A little more intensity could have gone a long way.
Yeah, you hate to be critical, but that's part of our job. You have to call it the way we see it. That night, they were flat.
Here's MP. Here's the floater. The shot by Wembanyama, no good.
He's as surprised as we are. Most nights, that bucket is automatic.
Williams' shot is good.
Man, he is stronger than he looks, trust me. I mean, Williams has the bulk to win those tough battles inside.
Well, we have a chance to hear from Shams Charania. He's calling in right now. Shams, great to have you on, bud.
Guys, thanks. The Thunder last season's top seed in the West, but they didn't rest on their laurels. They traded for a lockdown defender in Alex Caruso and signed hard-charging big man Isaiah Hartenstein. With their improvements, this is a team set to continue its upward trajectory. They have tons of draft capital moving forward.
Big moves. Okay, thanks for the report, Shams. You know, even though Wembanyama's first year was a tough one for the Spurs, there's a good outlook going forward, Grant.
And that's how it should be when you've got a generational talent like Wemby. The Spurs don't need to rush things at all.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. Grant, when you talk about De'Aaron Fox, what an exciting player.
That he is. And just now, entering the prime years of his career. We've seen him make great strides the last few years. It is scary trying to think just how much he can still improve.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Mark Dagnall gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. We talked about his matchup against the highly touted Victor Wembanyama, and Coach told me Victor's combination of speed and size creates a lot of problems on both ends of the floor, so we've got to play a physical brand of basketball to just keep him out of rhythm. It'll be interesting to see how that affects him, B.A.
Okay, thank you, Allie. Pass to Hartenstein. Wembanyama with some nice D.
Showing great intensity around the rim is part of why he's a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established that reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim.
And it's Fox missing. Thunder trail by 4. Here we go. Dort for 3. That one falls. He's got 1 for 3.
Dort has really improved this part of his game. Would love to see him shoot more often from out there.
Time called here. San Antonio decides to talk it over. This game following their win against the Rockets.
It was a lockdown effort defensively. Contested shots and really protected.
Substitution on the
Ready for
floor.
Oklahoma City. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Williams. Williams comes in for Wiggins. Dort, he's checked in for Joe. And Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Caruso. Wow, that wiry strength of Wembanyama.
There were questions about Wembanyama's strength coming into the league. No problem with the contact here.
So on the floor for the Spurs. Sohan and Wemby are the bigs. MP is out there with De'Aaron Fox. And it's Vassell in at the 3 spot.
It just makes it look so easy on offense. He takes pleasure in torturing defenses. He does.
And Grant, we know the importance of the veteran leaders on the team, but not every vet wants to accept a mentorship role.
Very true, B.A. In your later years, that role becomes a blend of playing and kind of coaching. Not everyone is cut out for that.
Grant, how about the rise of OKC? In just 2 years, transforming from a 24-win team to the top seed.
Incredible, B.A. The Thunder drafted well and gave those picks lots of playing time. Plus, they made some fantastic trades. And of course, don't forget, OKC still has a boatload of picks.
Here's Dort. The putback. It's good on the putback. Dort's got 5 points now in the quarter.
They have a decent advantage in regards to rebounding.
Fox, the pass to MP. Right side, Wembanyama. Kicks it out to MP. Foot shot on the way. Hartenstein pulls it in. Thunder leading by 6. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. The rebound by Victor Wembanyama. Wembanyama's got 4 rebounds in the game. And a foul call on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. And for an up-and-coming San Antonio Spurs team, Grant, what's the key for them in your mind?
I have to say, that it's patience. Young guys need time to develop their game and learn from experience. You can't expect people to become stars overnight.
Okay, RJ, we all know how luck comes into play in the NBA. The Spurs have had great lottery luck.
Yeah, winning the first pick 3 times, drafting David Robinson, Tim Duncan, and Victor Wembanyama. I don't know, but I would be really upset if I was all of those other teams to miss out on those big guys.
So he makes 1 of 2, and the second one misses. This past offseason, OKC decided to move on from their former first-round pick, Josh Giddey.
Yeah, the 6th overall pick in 2021. Giddey is a talented player with good upside, but fit is so important in the NBA. And the Gilgeous-Alexander's talents would be better suited elsewhere.
Both free throws good from Gilgeous-Alexander. And something that makes SGA so dangerous on offense, his elite drive and kickability.
Yeah, you have to load towards him when he comes off a high pick. He just draws so much attention and can find another cutter or spot shooter. He has so much gravity to his game.
1:51 left to play in the second quarter. Williams passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Williams. 5 on the clock. Can't go to work inside.
And they found a nice flow offensively here in the second period.
Time called here. San Antonio decides to talk it over. Since drafting Wembanyama, the Spurs have looked like a team that gets better every game.
And they're still so young. They're learning the season. You can tell things are coming together, and the future looks bright.
Williams is checked in for Hartenstein. And San Antonio also making a switch. Bassey, he's checked in for Sohan. MP outside. Unloads. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. They'll be off to Portland for a meeting with the Trailblazers after this one. It'll be the front end of a 2-game road trip. Oh, Gilgeous-Alexander. Turn it on the jet.
That's his first quarter. That might have woken him up, and he's turned it on here in the second.
Here's MP. That one doesn't drop. Good work defensively by Dort.
Number 7.
This is his first opportunity at the line this evening.
At the line.
That's good.
Dort is a textbook example of a high-effort player. He is just relentless on both ends.
And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder, a sizable lead of 14.
40, the Spurs, 26. Ladies and gentlemen, your Thunder UKC.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Well, we've seen Lugens Dort really having a good game here.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
Always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren the 4, Hartenstein the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2, and it's Williams in at the small forward position. That's the lineup for Oklahoma City. MP no good. Oklahoma City leading by 16. Dort outside. Pass to Hartenstein. Over MP. And it's Oklahoma City scoring again.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
MP outside. Back to Fox. Here's MP. Hartenstein pulls it in. Hartenstein's got 4 rebounds now.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Oh, it's blocked by Wembanyama.
With his length and energy, Wembanyama has the ability to be a game-changing defender.
That's not how you want to come out of the break. 3 straight misses. They need to settle in quick.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Right, there's a lot of room for growth for the Spurs, even with their rising star, Victor Wembanyama, who said, I know it's not going to be easy. It's going to take some time before we contend for a title. I'm ready for anything and ready to sacrifice. I'm patient, but I'm not wasting time. Brian, plenty of motivation.
Chasing greatness is what they're doing, Allie. Pass to Williams.
Charging foul call
Jalen Williams. That's his first foul of the game.
Personal foul.
He expects some fumbles with the ball. And overall, I think they've done a good job limiting those
Isaiah
fumbles.
Joe.
Oklahoma City making a switch here. Joe's checked in. On the wing, MP. Covered by Joe. Wembanyama with it. Over to the left wing. Here's Sohan. Good. And the assist to Wembanyama.
Well, they get 1 to drop. A little relief after 4 straight misses to start the half.
Thunder leading by 19. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Give him 8. Pass to Hartenstein. Left side Joe. And again, Oklahoma City with a triple.
Back-to-back threes, making their defense work on the perimeter a bit.
Vassell outside. Here's MP. Nice spin on the left rim and in. MP's got 10 points in the game.
Something Vassell is only improving at, recognizing these chances to drop an easy dime.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Fox. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein. Outside, Williams. 6 to shoot.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
And it's Oklahoma City scoring again.
And I like when Williams works in these
San
mid-range
Antonio with the
areas. I mean,
timeout.
such an impressive score.
Time called here. San Antonio decides to talk it over.
And he hasn't gotten anything to go. You can see the frustration mounting as a result. His team, not in great shape either.
So for Oklahoma City, Williams is checked in for Hartenstein. Wiggins.
Substitution on the court.
So on the floor for San Antonio. They've got MP. He's out there with De'Aaron Fox. And it's Bassey in at the 5.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
A touch under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the 4th. And here's Caruso outside. Bassey pulls it in. San Antonio's gone 2 of 2 from outside so far in the fourth. Back to MP. That shot missing. Oklahoma City's got nothing to fall from outside the arc here in the fourth. 0 for 4. Caruso outside. Hartenstein in the post. Off target with a jump hook. For San Antonio, they've got 4 of 8 shots to drop here in this final quarter. Here's Fox. Caruso grabs the board.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
That time,
2
that's
minutes.
a shot that he's going to make more oftentimes than not.
1:51 left in the final quarter. Down low. Outside for Dort. Pass to Williams. Shot clock at 5. Gets it to go from 8 feet. Williams has got 9 points in the quarter.
We talk about Williams' versatility as a scorer. He can get his points from just about any spot on the floor.
Here's MP. The Thunder with the rebound. Caruso's got his 4th rebound in this one.
And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Thunder.
And everything seemed to go their way today. They were firing on all cylinders, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., this was the kind of performance you relish as a player. Just a
Substitution on the
very
court.
impressive win.
And they'll chalk this up as their 3rd win of the year.
Always good to start a season series off with a W. They showed tonight they take this team seriously, and the next 2 matchups between these two should be fun.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for James Williams.
And what
Second
effort he
personal
had on
foul.
the boards, displaying
13
some
foul.
great fight, willing to bow
To the
down.
board for your
Joe's
Thunder,
checked in for Oklahoma City. Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one.
Stepping up and nailing an important shot to put this away.
And that score probably slams the door for any would-be comebacks. And look, they put this one to bed.
The rebounding numbers make it obvious why they're in front.
They're limiting the offensive possessions for the other team. Tough to win with no extra possessions.
Wiggins outside. Back to Caruso. Into the lane. Here's Williams. Misses the jumper. And so it's Paul who brings up the ball for San Antonio. Wiggins against MP. Tries it from 16. That's good on the jumper.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You gotta show some fire and keep defending.
So it's the Thunder taking care of business in this one. We saw 2 different teams tonight. One played with confidence, operating flawlessly. The other just was lost.
51.
And the energy in this building was awesome.
Thank you once again
The
for
crowd was
attending
involved
that
from the
game.
jump. And once
Please
they
drive
started to
home
really
safely.
pour it
We look
on,
forward to
it was
seeing
fun
you
to see
again.
how it all came together.
And that about wraps it up. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and
Yeah, strap. Yeah. We on.
Well, the weekend obviously isn't full, and despite having a generational talent in Wembanyama, Shams, the Spurs never skipping steps. They've got great detail to everything they do.
The Spurs draft and develop, that has been their calling card. San Antonio may not be a big free agent destination in that, but who knows? With Victor Wembanyama there, they are going to have the ability to attract players and potentially go after players in trades. They have a ton of capital assets, draft picks that they can trade. And Victor Wembanyama has the ability to be a generational star, like you said, Kevin. And players will eventually want to be there.
Quickly, can you even go back to a time when they've added Wembanyama, they've added Lively and Dallas, the Thunder's Chet Holmgren, what he did as a rookie? These young bigs have been sensational to watch. The size that the league has added has been off the charts.
And the center position might just be back, but let's look at that 2023 NBA draft. Let's revisit that in 5 to 6 years. That could be a draft that eventually will be regarded among the very best.
And checking out Minnesota's open lineup. Edwards on the wing. He is joined by McDaniels. Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's Conley in at the one for the Spurs. Sohan is the 4 with the lengthy Wembanyama playing the 5. MP is out there with De'Aaron Fox. And it's Vassell in at the 3. Now here's Gobert. Wembanyama with the rebound.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
We call that a great contest. You know this is something he brings to the table, the ability to anchor your defense.
Shams, you've been around the NBA for a long time now. Which players do you enjoy watching the most?
Greatness, especially the guys that are regarded among the greatest of all time, like LeBron James, like Stephen Curry, like Kevin Durant. You have to throw those in there. But this is a new era, a new crop. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Nikola Jokic, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Have to throw Luka Doncic in there. You have Donovan Mitchell, you have Paolo Banchero, you have Tyrese Halliburton, you have Joel Embiid, you have Tyrese Maxey, Jimmy Butler, you have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Anthony Edwards, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Devin Booker, Zion Williamson, Anthony Davis, De'Aaron Fox, Victor Wembanyama. So let's not have anyone left out.
Anthony Edwards. They're all fun to watch.
Oh, guys, the agility, the hops, everything about Anthony Edwards, so good athletically.
Shot from 12. Fox, no good. For Minnesota, they've gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Shams, with as often as you've interacted with front offices all over the NBA, have you noticed any changes with how franchises operate with both the players and the media and that relationship and where it may be headed?
Everything has to be more specialized now in the organizations, but you're seeing true partnerships develop with teams and their players, especially their top players. The teams have to pay more attention now to data, to metrics than ever before. And the relationship between your top players in the organization, that is very, very important. And the teams that do a good job of managing relationships, of managing expectations, that is clearly what separates the elite teams with the bottom team. And certainly players in today's generation are very, very polished when it comes to the media.
Oh, you framed that so well. Now here's Randle after the miss from NP. And the rejection by Wembanyama. And Fox has it in the corner. A shot for the past decade that you've been a major player in the NBA. It's been LeBron's league. It's been Curry's league. Who else is going to take over this league, you think? Coming up around the corner.
Given the NBA Finals we just had, have to throw in Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and Luka Doncic into the fold as far as faces of the NBA. But Nikola Jokic is so good. He will be one of the guys for a while. Giannis Antetokounmpo, you have to mention him as well. But ultimately, you have to also keep...
The inbound, and they pick up 2. MP's got his second bucket of the night.
The inbound pass there, easy bucket.
Sohan is the 4 with the lengthy Wembanyama playing the 5. De'Aaron Fox out there with MP. And it's Vassell in at the small forward position. So San Antonio
And the defense to start that play was terrific. I love the fact that they attacked early in the shot clock.
Hey, Shams, we know you've reported on so many big trades that did happen. Were there ever a few that were close to happening but may have fallen apart at the 11th hour?
I always wait until things are 100% confirmed, but listen, there's always a trade or two that's viewed as done, but just does not happen, whether it sours, whether something falls apart. There's always one deal or two that falls apart at the trade deadline or in the offseason. But I try to wait as best I can and make sure that when I report, it is confirmed.
And now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thank you very much. The Timberwolves have become a rough and rugged team. Daniel said, we don't let nobody push us around. We're always being physical defensively. I feel like we're a tough team, super tough. Kevin, they certainly have the size to hold their own.
Always being physical, but David, that's their identity. And we thank you for the report. Nick Daniels passes to Gobert. 6 to shoot. The rebound by Victor Wembanyama. Wembanyama's got his 6th rebound on the night.
And he's not the biggest guy, but Vassell can get up there when he needs to.
And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. And Shams, what an absolute delight it has been having you courtside with all of us tonight. Thank you so much for taking time to join us. It has been a true pleasure.
Thanks so much for the invite. I can't wait to do it again sometime. I'm honored. I'm privileged.
Oh, we are going to hold you to that. Thank you again. Wasn't that wonderful? Easy to see why Shams has so many sources around the game. He's so easy to talk to.
Yeah, it's all about relationships at the end of the day. When the conversations come easily, that suits his purpose as a reporter.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Here's McDaniels. Here's Reed. And Reed throws it down.
Oh, nice finish from Naz Reid. That's the kind of play that can give your team a spark.
Fox dishes to MP. Fires from the wing. Wembanyama with the aggressive finish.
There it is, guys. One of those effort plays that makes a big difference in the game.
And GA, it is definitely making a difference so far today.
No doubt. On the scoreboard, in the body language of the players, you can tell which team is in complete command.
And it's Vassell in the corner. It's good, and it's Wembanyama with the assist. Vassell's got 5 points now in the quarter. Edwards against MP. With 4 seconds on the clock. Got a piece of it. And we finished one half of basketball in San Antonio as they wrap up the second quarter.
The Timberwolves, 26.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Greg, you look at the great coaches. What are 1 or 2 of the most important qualities for success that you see?
Well, for me, Kevin, I think you got to be able to adapt tactically. I mean, that's huge, and especially in the playoffs. Can you motivate and unify a locker room? That leadership quality is what really puts a coach over the top.
So on the floor for Minnesota, Conley and Edwards are the guards. Julius Randle is out there with Jaden McDaniel. And it's Gobert in at the 5, roaming the paint.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
From 17 feet out, Wembanyama in the foul. Wembanyama's got 8 points.
Boy, that's 3 for 4 this half. You like that they're starting with a little bit of extra energy. Nice.
Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Edwards with the steal.
This guy is so explosive. Anthony Edwards off the bounce. My goodness.
San Antonio calls timeout. Well, some have argued that Wembanyama deserved Defensive Player of the Year consideration in his rookie year.
And Kevin, I can see split.
Substitution on the court.
52 seconds left in the third. Shot from the wing. MP, no good.
Well, they have the advantage, but you still feel like this guy needs to find a way to get himself going.
And Edwards with the stuff.
The Ant-Man is in the house. Mr. Anthony Edwards making it look easy.
MP looking around. Bank shot, no good. And so it's San